Death toll from Lagos building collapse rises to 5. Persons with disability protest over job opportunities as cost of living surges. 158 Nigerian migrants repatriated from Libya. And on the foreign scene, 42 charged in Kampala court over Uganda protests. Hello and welcome to Trust TV News Update. I am Shegun Ojumu. The death toll from the building collapse in Lagos State has risen to 5. Reports said earlier that a building at number 13 Wilson Umar Street, Arojobe, Maryland, Maryland, Lagos, collapsed in the early hours of Thursday, July the 25th. Men of the Lagos State Emergency Management Authority, LASEMA, who rushed to the scene for a rescue operation, were able to save 5 people trapped beneath the building. It was gathered that the incident happened when a set of 3 terraces under construction suddenly collapsed in the middle of the night. LASEMA Permanent Secretary Femi Osonyitolu, who spoke on the incident, said search and rescue operations were swift, leading to the rescue of some victims. People with disabilities in Yenagoa, the Bayelsa State capital, on Thursday morning staged a peaceful protest at the entrance of the Niger Delta Development Commission, the NDDC, Yenagoa office. According to them, their rights have been violated as the NDDC neglected and denied them their entitlements, such as the 5% job quotas set aside for people living with disabilities and skills acquisition. They called on the MD and CEO of NDDC to look into their demands. Trust TV Friday, Emimobowe Peter completes the story.
According to the people living with disability, they have written several letters to the Niger Delta Development Commission in request for their entitlement without response. They said it is difficult for them to compete able-bodied people, hence the need for them to have a special quota for employment, scholarships, among others.
We are agitating for a special quota for persons with disability because that Project Hope does not specify disability, because it is very hard for we to go and struggle with our counterparts. So they should give us a special quota. Then a scholarship, since the existence of NDDC, no physically challenged person have been sent for scholarship. So we need scholarship. Then we also need job. Because as the 2018 Discrimination Against a Person with Disability Act had been passed to law by President Buhari. So every job opportunity, at least 5% should be given to persons with disability. We are seeking for 5% since it's a federal parastatal. Because none of our person has been employed in this NDDC.
When the government is doing something, they never remember the disabled person. Until we go. Even when we went there, they will say, you people are not among. From today, even that one is no more anymore. Look at the rice that tinubu brought to this state. We received nothing. We received nothing. Even when palliative came, we received nothing until we go and block somewhere because we give up. We don't want that to happen.
Others who joined their voices said the people have been long abandoned because of their hearing disability.
We noticed that for some couple of years, our deaf people have been neglected and abandoned just because of their hearing disabilities. And for some years too, we have noticed that all the programs that have been done on the news, televisions, deaf have been rejected. So we are here to join our group to speak for our people, because many programs and opportunities have been forgotten by the government and even by this NDDC so-called. So disappointing that the program that is going on, our deaf people are not being carried along.
Putting so many letters across, instead of getting a positive response or at least a persuasive response, what we get is response that hurt us, treating us less than human. NDDC is an intervention of the parastatal. So there are some demands we need. We have people on crutches, using crutches. We have people using wheelchair. We have people that need medicated glasses. Because of our various challenges, our peculiarities, we need mobility aids. These are things we are pleading for it to be released onto us. And all this while they have not been responding positively.
All effort to speak with the Niger Delta Development Commission management proved did not yield positive result. From Yenagoa, Friday, Emimobowe Peter, reporting for Trust TV News.
The joint security forces comprising the military and vigilantes have reportedly neutralized unspecified number of bandits at Kundu village, Zungeru Tegina Road, Rafi local government area of Niger State. Reports said the operation took place on Wednesday morning, creating panic at the Zungeru Wednesday market as some residents fled their homes due to gunshots. Residents said the gunshots lasted for several hours. They said now the bandits were said to be road crossing in numbers at Kundu village, Rafi local government area to Akare axis in Wushishi local government area, where the military ambushed them, leading to casualties on the side of the bandits. A military officer says soldiers had information of the movement of the adversaries and tracked their movements before ambushing them. The Niger State Commissioner for Homeland Security, Brigadier General Bello Abdullahi Mohammed, confirmed the incident but did not give details of the success. He applauded the military and other security operatives for their commitment to securing the farming communities in the state. The Osun State Police Command has arrested a 37-year-old suspected ritualist, Adegboyi Opeyemi, in possession of a human skull. The suspect confessed that he got the human skull from a cemetery in Lagos State and that he wanted to use it for rituals. Hamid Oyegbade files the story.
The operatives of the anti-kidnapping squad of Osun State Police Command on patrol intercepted the suspect, Adegboyi Opeyemi, at Ifedayo Street, Okebale area, Osogbo, Osun State. The public relations officer for Osun State Police Command, Yemisi Opalola, said efforts are still ongoing to arrest his accomplice. I was arrested in possession of a human skull and other parts. I needed the parts for rituals. That's why I requested for it from my friend who works at a cemetery in Lagos State. He sent it to me from Lagos State.
I want to tell you, the members of the public, that Osun State is not safe for the criminals to hibernate. It's not a safe haven for criminals to hibernate. I want to assure you that Osun is going to be brought to a level that everybody will sleep with their two eyes closed in this state. We will never accept criminals to hibernate in this state, and I assure us that.
The PPRO said the suspect will be charged to court after the completion of investigation. Hamid Oyegbade, Trust TV News, Osogbo.
The federal government has repatriated 158 irregular Nigerian migrants from Libya. Nigeria's Chargé d'Affaires to Libya, Mohammed, made this known in a statement on Wednesday. Mr. Mohammed said the group of evacuees comprised 77 males, 45 females, 26 children, as well as 10 infants. The envoy explained that of the total number, 26 males arrested from the ongoing raid of undocumented foreigners in Libya were released from the Abdul Salim detention center in Tripoli. According to him, so far, 1,776 stranded Nigerians have returned home. Mr. Mohammed said that the repatriation was a collaborative effort between the mission and the Libyan authorities. The Corporate Affairs Commission says it will delist companies that have not filed their annual reports in a decade. In a statement on Wednesday, the Commission said the full list of the dormant company was available on its website. According to the statement, the Commission, pursuant to its powers contained in Section 692 of the Companies and Allied Matters Act of Number 3 of 2020, intends to strike off from the register names of defunct or dormant companies that have not filed annual returns for a period of 10 years. The Commission gave the companies 90 days from the date of the statement to file all outstanding annual returns so as to remove their names from the list. The Central Bank of Nigeria has sold one-year treasury bills at a stop rate of 22.1% during its July 24th auction. This move reflects the central bank's ongoing effort to manage liquidity and control inflation in the economy. According to the auction result, the total amount offered by the CBN in this auction was 277.96 billion naira spread across the different tenors. This represents an increase of 21.53% from the 229.72 billion offered in the previous auction of June 26, 2024. The total subscription amount for these tenders combined was up to 373.95 billion naira, exceeding the amount offered and reflecting strong investor confidence and demand for government securities. In a significant move to boost agricultural productivity and ensure food security, Jigawa State government has initiated the distribution and sales of fertilizers to farmers for the 2024 rainy season. The official flag-off ceremony took place today, marking a critical step in supporting local farmers and enhancing agricultural outputs. Here's the report.
Farmers in Jigawa State will be able to purchase fertilizer at a heavily subsidized rate of 28,000 naira per bag. This subsidy reduces the cost by 12,000 naira from the market price of 40,000 naira per bag, making it more accessible for small-scale farmers and promoting increased agricultural activities in the region. In addition to the state government's efforts, the federal government has contributed significantly by providing 80 trucks of fertilizer free of charge to the state. This generous allocation aims to further support the agricultural sector, helping farmers increase crop yields and contributing to the overarching goal of national food security. Governor Umar Namadi, who presided over the flag-off ceremony, emphasized the importance of its initiative for the state's economy and the livelihoods of its farmers.
Let me categorically warn that any participation of middlemen to deliberately jack up the price will not be tolerated and will be considered as an act of sabotage. We have therefore instructed all the appropriate agencies to be vigilant and promptly report or take action on any sharp practices meant to sabotage our effort to support the multitude of small farmers in the state. The committee is expected to do as follows. 1. Ensure the commodity reaches the practicing farmers. 2. Ensure effective supervision that the fertilizer do not move outside Jigawa State. Report action of middlemen to security agencies and do any other measures or take any other measures that will improve the conduct of the exercise. To launch the sales and distribution of MPK fertilizers at a subsidized price of 28,000 naira per bag by just.
Farmers expressed their gratitude for the support, stating the subsidy on fertilizer will significantly alleviate their financial burdens and enable them to cultivate more farmland. The Jigawa State government's proactive measures and the federal government support underscores a collaborative effort to strengthen Nigeria's agricultural sector, ensuring sustainable food production and economic growth for the nation.
Now, in a determined effort to combat malaria, Governor Umar Namadi of Jigawa State officially launched the 2024 Integrated Seasonal Malaria Chemo Prevention Insecticide-Treated Net and End-of-Life Net campaign. The flag-off ceremony took place in Katanga Town, Jigawa, marking a significant step in the state's public health initiatives. The report.
The program, organized by the Jigawa State Ministry of Health in collaboration with the Federal Ministry of Health, the Malaria Consortium and other malaria partners, aims to provide extensive malaria prevention resources across the state. Under this initiative, 3.4 million insecticide-treated nets will be distributed alongside the availability of 6.8 million doses of anti-malaria medicine. These resources will be distributed across all 27 local government areas of Jigawa State. During the ceremony, Governor Namadi emphasized the importance of this campaign in reducing the prevalence of malaria, a disease that continues to pose a significant health threat in the region. He lauded the collaborative efforts of all partners involved and reiterated the state government's commitment to improving healthcare outcomes for its citizens.
As we conduct the formal flag-off of the distribution of 3.2 million insecticide-treated bed nets and seasonal malaria chemo prevention campaign with the 6.8 million doses of SPAC anti-malaria will be provided. I will urge the people to take full advantage of the interventions by the state government and the Global Fund to ensure that the net are effectively used within household to get the necessary protection from that malaria-causing female Anopheles mosquitoes. When afflicted, people should also promptly visit the nearest healthcare facility to be tested and treated promptly. On this note, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is my singular honor and privilege, in the name of Allah, the most beneficent and the most merciful, flag of the statewide distribution of 3.2 million insecticide-treated bed net and the supply of 6.8 million doses of SPAC anti-malaria as part of the seasonal malaria chemo prevention campaign for the year 2024 with the support of Global Fund.
The provision of seasonal malaria chemo prevention will help protect vulnerable populations, particularly children under 5 who are most at risk of severe malaria.
In coming here, the road that is leading to the Model Primary Health Center, I don't have to tell His Excellency, I promise the people of Katanga that in the next number of primary health care facilities to be upgraded, the one here to my right will be the one upgraded. And I'm sure the Commissioner of Works have seen the road from the road here leading to this Model Primary Health Care Center.
As the campaign rolls out, it is expected to significantly reduce the incidence of malaria, contributing to the overall well-being and productivity of the population. Governor Namadi called on all residents to actively participate in the campaign, stressing that community involvement is crucial for the success of this vital health initiative. The flag-off ceremony was attended by key stakeholders, including representatives for the Federal Ministry of Health, the Malaria Consortium, local government officials, and community leaders. The presence underscored the collective resolve to tackle malaria and enhance public health in Jigawa State.
According to the United Nations Children Fund, UNICEF, Nigeria's 18.3 million out-of-school children is the highest globally. The report said only 63% of primary school-age children regularly attend school, while 84% of children transit to junior secondary school education after completing primary school. This number cuts across all genders at both primary and secondary school levels. In this report, Trust TV's Newell Sampson examines the rationale behind these huge statistics.
Nafiu Alaji and Mohammed Abdurazak are of school age, but are instead engaged in menial jobs on the streets and the suburbs of the Federal Capital Territory. They said they're on the streets to fend for themselves, as their parents cannot afford to send them to school. I don't have a means of livelihood. How do you expect me to go to school when I can't even eat? The reason why I push wheelbarrow is because I want to feed myself. I was a student before, but I had to quit the school because my parents can't afford my school fees. This is the only way that I can survive. This school administrator said government has a duty to provide free education from primary to secondary school for every Nigerian child.
We need to criminalize child labor in the country such that every age group that are meant to be in school, they are forced to be in school. Then parents that do not take those kind of children to school, we need to be able to arrest them and prosecute them. Access to school, access to education is a very important step towards addressing the issue. And the first is that if you go to so many communities, you'll see, even here in the FCT, the outskirts, you will see so many communities without schools there. It's either they don't have primary school, they don't have secondary school. As a result, the children in those communities, they don't have access to education. And the other part is that even the transportation system, some may have schools in maybe 2-3 communities. After, there is no means to convey the children from that community to the school where they are expected to continue their education.
Lack of education deprives children the opportunity to contribute to the development and growth of their communities.
The United Nations and media stakeholders from around the world are meeting in Kigali, Rwanda's capital, to develop an action plan to enhance the UN's framework on preventing hate speech and violence that could lead to genocide. The UN Office on Genocide Prevention and Responsibility to Protect, in partnership with the International Residual Mechanism for Criminal Tribunals, Aegis Trust, La Francophonie, and Templeton World Charity Foundation organized a workshop to address the prevalence of hate speeches across the world. Ado Musa, who is attending the workshop, files in this report.
To further prevent hate speech and incitement that could lead to genocide, experts, editors, and journalists are in Kigali Genocide Memorial Center to share their experiences and expertise on consequences of hate speeches. According to the organizers, the media, including print and electronic outlets, were deliberately used to perpetrate the 1994 genocide in Rwanda, 1995 massacre in Srebrenica, and 2014 genocide against Yazidi minority religion, and therefore saw the need to draw the attention of the media actors in countering hate speech globally.
This country is extremely important to have the conversation we are having right now, a conversation on how do you counter hate speech, working with media, including journalists and other actors. How do you counter and address hate speech? What does it mean when you find hate speech in your face? How do you address it? What does it mean when a journalist is working in all these spaces and they encounter hate speech? What do they need to do? So we are here developing this policy document under the guidance of the journalists. We are drawing from expertise from all over the world, very rich expertise, very diverse perspectives. And from those diverse and rich perspectives, then we will have a policy document for the world, not for Rwanda, for the world, on how the media, including journalists, can work to counter and prevent hate speech that could lead to genocide.
With hate speech can be an international crime, in particular if it's incitement, public incitement to commit genocide, which is an international crime prohibited by the Genocide Convention, but also by the Rome Statute creating the ICC and by the statutes of the Ad hoc Tribunal for Rwanda and former Yugoslavia. But it can also, hate speech can also be considered as an international crime if it's considered as a crime against humanity.
What are the expectations from the conference?
And my expectation for this workshop is to meet people from all over the world, really share our local expertise, experience, learn from each other, and be able to come up with tools that will be useful for all of us to combat and prevent hate speech in our local and on an international context.
The outcome of the event is that as an experts we can give, we have been able to give UN some input in view of prevent genocide within, let's say, a modern information ecosystem where the key issues are social media and generative AI.
Enhancing understanding of the media stakeholders, including journalists, about the causes and impact of hate speech and incitement and their dynamics is one of the objectives of the workshop. From Kigali, Ado Musa reporting for Trust TV.
On the foreign scene now, at least 42 protesters have been to court in Uganda on Tuesday for offences allegedly committed during the banned youth-led demonstration in the capital, Kampala. The young protesters had earlier on Tuesday marched on the city streets to denounce what they say are corruption and human rights abuses by lawmakers. The charges against the protesters outline offenses including being, quote, idle and disorderly and being a common nuisance, a charge that has often been used by authorities to suppress protest. They pleaded not guilty and were ordered to return to court at different dates between July the 30th and August the 6th. In sports now, Adanna Gloria has been appointed the new head coach of Nigeria's Women Professional League side, Abia Angels. Adanna joined the Abia-based outfit with loads of coaching experience. Gloria has been charged with the responsibility of qualifying the team for a playoff spot, winning the State FA Cup and reaching the semi-final of the Federation Cup. She is expected to resume duties immediately with the club ahead of the start of the new NWPL season. And with that, we've come to the end of the news update on Trust TV. Do not forget to follow us across all social media platforms and join our YouTube live stream for more news, programs, and documentaries. Many thanks for watching. I am Shegun Ojumu. See you again soon. Bye-bye.